Stoicism is a powerful mindset that keeps a man centered and in control. But seriously, what woman is going to go for the guy who sits quietly in the corner with a blank, impenetrable expression and whose top two pastimes are contemplation and reflection? Stoic men do have their appeal. Strength, mystery and self-control naturally catch a woman's attention, and they can do well when it comes to casual encounters. But it's the Renaissance man, the one who travels, plays guitar and has stories to tell, who captures the imagination. He gives women something to engage with, talk about and romanticize. That doesn't mean a man should abandon a peaceful lifestyle to become a performer, but groundedness combined with a little flair makes a big difference when it comes to results with women. Let's explore these two male archetypes, especially how they can be leveraged to attract the opposite sex. I'm using life experience for this presentation. This stuff is absolutely real, but I can't go into details about how I discovered these things. What is a Stoic man? Stoicism is calmness under pressure, emotional control and discipline. It's handling challenges without fuss and ignoring anything that doesn't deserve attention. Strength shows in restraint and decisiveness. When others lose their heads, the Stoic keeps his. He doesn't seek approval or attention. He's self-contained, comfortable in silence. The kind of man who gets noticed without trying. Women are drawn to that. It's easy to admire from a distance, to imagine depth, quiet strength, and the security he might offer. That quiet magnetism can open doors, and sometimes that's enough for casual sex, especially when mystery does most of the talking. But for the fantasy to last, there needs to be framing, a sense of how life with him might look, a glimpse of what he enjoys, where he's headed, and how she could fit into that picture. The Stoic man rarely gives her that. Getting closer is where the problems begin. That same presence makes him unapproachable, and he's unlikely to start conversations. Small talk, playful teasing, showing interest without chasing, these aren't skills he's developed. Not because he can't, but because he never made it a priority. Some turn to alcohol to fill the gap, often with mixed results. Even when a conversation starts, mystery only lasts so long. The Stoic man often doesn't have well-rehearsed stories to share or much to say in areas she's interested in. He's too comfortable with silence, content to let pauses stretch while she's left guessing what it all means. If she doesn't get answers, what drives him, how he lives, where she fits, cognitive dissonance kicks in. People don't like uncertainty. When they can't figure someone out, they assume the worst just to close the gap. Arrogant, disinterested, emotionally unavailable. Whether it's true or not, that's usually the end of it. Stoic energy gets attention, but without something more, the options for relationships are limited. In theory, a Renaissance man is the ideal, someone possessing an exceptional range of skills, knowledge, and social charm. The term comes from the Renaissance period, when men were expected to cultivate themselves across art, science, and society, mastering life, not just surviving it. Where the Stoic man holds back, the Renaissance man leans in. He talks, he tells stories. A simple conversation becomes a stage, and he knows how to keep attention, not by forcing it, but by offering just enough intrigue, places he's been, things he's done, ideas he's exploring. Women don't just notice him, they get swept up in the picture he paints. He gives them something to imagine, a life that feels full of movement and creativity. He frames the vision she's already starting to build, dropping hints about what being part of his world could be. Women like men who can hold their attention and make life feel more interesting. Psychologists have observed that intelligence and creativity signal adaptability, something women instinctively look for when choosing a partner. These qualities suggest a man who handles life well and will keep her mentally stimulated. He knows how to push the right buttons. A foreign accent can make an average man seem worldly. Playing in a band turns casual hobby into a lure. Mentioning a year spent in Spain or a side project in art or film is enough to spark curiosity. These things don't have to be exceptional. They just need to feel unusual or cultured to the woman sitting across from him. It's about offering a glimpse of something different from her routine, something she can romanticize. He connects with women easily. Getting past the first date can be relatively easy. The problem comes later, when the excitement fades and reality sets in. Few men can be interesting all the time, and those who can are usually too busy living their own lives to focus on someone else. The women he attracts are often the ones who fall quickly for the vision he creates. Women who are just as quick to lose interest once that vision becomes everyday life. When the excitement wears off, she finds he's too busy chasing his next project to spend weekends wandering through shopping centres, watching TV, or doing other ordinary things she enjoys. There's also the weight of expectation. The Renaissance man raises the bar high, so high that almost no relationship can live up to the fantasy he set in motion. What started as charm can turn into disappointment, not because he changed, but because no one can sustain being endlessly fascinating and available for adventure. It's not that he struggles with attraction, it's that he suffers from the consequences of being too good at it. The Renaissance man knows how to capture attention. The challenge is keeping it and deciding whether he even wants to. So, what's the verdict? Who does better with women?
Perhaps the greatest hero of them all, yeah? There he is, in all his finery. Cheers.
On the face of it, the Renaissance man will get more dates and relationship opportunities. He's engaging and can spark interest in ways the Stoic man often won't. But making connections with women and building something worthwhile aren't always the same thing. Each archetype attracts a different type of woman, and the Renaissance man can end up with the fickle type compared to the low-maintenance girls garnered by a Stoic. He may enjoy more attention up front by getting noticed by women who are drawn to charm, excitement, and money. The same women often lose interest when life becomes more mundane. Being a Renaissance man also doesn't guarantee success. If he pushes too hard, trying to showcase every talent or constantly impress, he may come across as hard to keep up with, or worse, a try-hard, which signals low value. The Stoic man, by contrast, attracts fewer women, but tends to avoid those who expect constant entertainment or emotional highs. What he offers is a calm, steady presence, and the kind of masculine energy that doesn't need explaining. Strength, self-control, and quiet confidence can be powerful draws, but his basic problem is a lack of connection. Offering too little leads to missed dating opportunities and difficulty building rapport quickly. Women are naturally drawn to mystery, but mystery only works when there's something behind it. Men who offer glimpses of depth, complexity, and excitement tend to leave a stronger, more lasting impression than those stuck in either extreme. That's where balance comes in. Calm, confidence, and strength of character are respected, but flashes of talent, curiosity, and a sense of fun can open doors that Stoicism alone might leave closed. It doesn't take much. A hint of creativity here, a well-timed story there, just enough to spark imagination. At the core of it, being yourself, within reason, matters. There's no point putting on a performance if it attracts incompatible women. Charm can open doors, but it should reflect who you are, not who you think she wants. The right balance will attract enough women to give you options while filtering out those who are unsuitable. A common strategy is to show enough personality to create interest, then let steadier qualities take over as things develop. That transition isn't just a tactic, it reflects how we naturally mature. Men are meant to be more exciting and unpredictable when young, and more stable as we age.